What's going on, everybody? Welcome. And today, I want to talk about a very serious topic that doesn't really get discussed a lot, but it's starting to bubble up nowadays. And it's based around the song made by Beyoncé for the Lion King soundtrack called Brown Skin Girl. Okay? Brown Skin Girl. First of all, I love the song. For those who don't know, Brown Skin Girl was a song celebrating women, girls, melanated girls, darker melanated girls. And this song well, not only started, but it has revitalized the conversation that has been going on in our community, African American community, for quite some time. And the subject of colorism is what's on the table. Now, I've spoken about colorism before a while ago, but the song has, oddly enough, met both praise and backlash, because since the song has come out, Brown Skin Girls, many people have done what I call, they have all lives mattered the song. What I mean is, when someone brings up a topic or makes something about a particular topic and is talking about a particular group of people, certain individuals, certain groups of people feel as though they are slighted because the song isn't focusing on that. Like if someone says Black Lives Matter, other people take that as though it's a slight against those who aren't black. So that's why they say, well, all lives matter. Yes, all lives matter. That's logic. Yes, it does matter. However, in certain cases, it is important to highlight black lives specifically. Okay? And that's what's happening with brown skinned girls. I've seen I've seen videos of people making a song called Light Skinned Girls as though the song was pushing quote unquote light skinned girls out of the way. I've even seen songs talking about dark skinned boys or light skinned boys, where men have gotten to the conversation about, like, well, what about me? What about the dark skinned boys? Well, first of all, there have been songs celebrating dark skinned men. Angie Stone, Black Brother, she made a song about it. So I mean, I just find it weird that whenever someone makes some form of art or some comment about a particular subject, other people take it as a slight towards them and feel the need to combat it. It's like, we're not going to pretend as if dark-skinned girls haven't had to deal with being treated differently just because of how melanated their skin is. Yes, light-skinned girls, quote-unquote light-skinned girls, dark-skinned boys, light-skinned boys, yes, we are all black. That is true. But we're not going to pretend like we don't discriminate against our own based off of how much melanin we have. That's what colorism is. Colorism is discrimination against someone based off of how much quote unquote color they have. See, racism is discrimination against another race. Colorism is more internal, and it hits harder because it's not white versus black this time. When you think of racism, you think of mostly white versus black. Colorism is within the group, and you discriminate within the group based off of how much color one has. Okay? We have a long history within our own community of discriminating against one another based off of how much skin, how much melanin we have, or the texture of our skin. You know, with the whole, and it goes back to slavery. Like this isn't new, where the darker skinned slaves will be treated differently than their lighter counterparts, or their lighter skin, you know, the lighter skinned slaves. Both slaves, both come from the same family tree, but because of the color or the degree of melanin in the skin, there'll be a different treatment. Okay? And that has been used against us for generations. Where if you consider light skin, you would treat it a little better. I should say. Let's keep it honest. Then if you were darker, you know, regardless of how talented the person is, regardless of, you know, how intelligent the person is, the truth is, in many cases, darker skinned people were treated differently than lighter skinned people. And on top of that, being a girl or a woman. So now you have discrimination based off of gender and discrimination based off of degree of melanin. So to be a dark-skinned girl means that you get pushed to the side threefold. You get pushed away because you're a woman, and you get pushed away because you're darker. So you really don't get the full respect you should based off your merit than, let's say, someone who is lighter than you are. So when someone like Beyoncé, who is a lighter skinned woman, she's still a black woman, but she's a lighter skinned black woman. That's just a visual fact. You can see, look at her face, you see that. She took it upon herself to praise and highlight her darker skinned sisters. She mentioned Lupita. She mentioned Naomi Campbell. She mentioned Kelly Rowland, right? 3 very well-known darker skinned women. She made it a point to mention them because the whole world knows who they are. The whole world sees Naomi Campbell. She's a supermodel. Lupita, she's an actress. Kelly Rowland, she's a musician. Well known throughout the world. They're darker skinned women. Beyonce made it a point to highlight that. Not only that, she made it a point to highlight that to little girls, because those grown women were once little girls who were discriminated against based off of how dark their skin was. So imagine little 8-year-old Kelly Rowland, or little 8-year-old Lupita, or 8-year-old Naomi Campbell. Imagine being 8 years old and saying you're pretty for a dark girl. I've heard that. I've heard that before. Where they say you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl. See, if you're not part of that, if you're not part of the black community, you may not understand what that means to someone who is dark-skinned. I've heard it myself. But for a girl to hear it, it's like you're only seen as attractive. Well, I'll play this. You're cute, but it's only qualified with, oh, you're cute for a dark-skinned girl. So imagine a little 8-year-old darker-skinned girl being told you're cute for a dark skinned girl, which would mean to her, well, wait a minute. If I if I was light skinned, would you even have to qualify that by that statement? Would you even give it? Would you even say that out your mouth? So you had to qualify you're cute by saying for a dark skinned girl. So now that little girl grows up with a an inferiority complex, right? So imagine that little girl becoming a teenager and being told you're cute for a dark skinned girl. Or imagine that, or now she's a young adult in college being told you're cute for a dark skinned girl. Imagine, imagine imagine she has a daughter, right? And then she has that same thought process in her head. You're cute for a dark skinned girl. So that's why that song, Brown Skin Girl, is so important because it not only speaks to now, it's speaking to later because those little girls who hear that song will have someone tell them, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. Dark skin, light skin, you brown skin girl are beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you different. As a matter of fact, historically speaking, you were always beautiful. Now, like just based off of history, brown skinned girls have always been seen as beautiful throughout the world. This ain't conjecture, this is fact. Historically speaking. Historically speaking, brown skinned girls started the human race. The African women, the dark skinned women that started the human race. And then somewhere along the line, we as a people, we as a society, we as a world, as a species, got it twisted somehow. And now we have to say things like, well, you're cute for a dark skinned girl. Like, you don't need to qualify that. She's cute. No, she's a pretty young lady. As if like her skin, the amount of melanin in her skin will be the difference between her being cute and ugly. That's what it sounds like. If I was lighter, would I be considered cute? But because I'm dark, I get looked at differently. The song was trying to show little girls, those same little girls who would in other cases be considered ugly, say no, 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 no. You are beautiful. Your skin is just like pearls. The best thing in the world. I wouldn't trade you for anybody else. You are beautiful just the way you are. Pose like a trophy when Naomi walks in. Like she needs an Oscar for that pretty dark skin. I mean, her skin is so beautiful. She needs to be she needs to be honored and praised and rewarded for her pretty dark skin. Pretty like Lupita when the cameras roll in. Drip broke the levee when my Kelly rolls in. I like to play on words. Kelly rolls in, Kelly rolling. Lovely play on words, Beyonce. That was a very good play on words right there. Drip broke the levee when my Kelly rolls in. That's come on. But folks who want to take it as a slight towards them because she didn't say, well, dark skinned girls. No, 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 no. This ain't that Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. She is talking about brown skinned girls. Don't try to all lives matter this. You knew People know exactly what she means when she made that song, when she said them lyrics. You know what she means. Don't all of a sudden act stupid and pretend like, oh, wait. She say dark skinned girls. Well, what about light skinned girls? Or what about dark skinned boys or light skinned boys? You knew what she meant when she said it. Don't all of a sudden play stupid. Any other time, we can understand context and we can understand the lyrics and all that stuff. But now all of a sudden, we forget how music is spoken, or about phrasing and context. Now all of a sudden we don't know how to understand music. Now we don't understand context now. All of a sudden we dumb now. Any other time when she made single ladies, we knew what she meant, right? But now all of a sudden we don't know how to understand context. She say brown skinned girls, everybody getting offended like we don't understand colorism. Like all of a sudden we don't know how people who have been discriminated against based off the amount of melanin in their skin, right? The brown paper. What about the brown paper bag test? Brown paper bag. We don't know about that no more. See, let's stop acting funny like we don't know. All right. We know how society treats us. We know how we treat each other. Let's not pretend. Let's not act naive. Let's not act stupid like we understand context now. Let's cut that out. All right. All right. I had to get it off my chest. I'll catch you all later. Peace.